Hello guys, I wanted to make an update video on some of the new lore that has happened with the YouTube Shorts ARG. Just in the last 24 hours, my view on what has been going on over the course of this ARG has changed quite significantly. While the most important foundational idea that I established in my previous video about them being replaced by clones is still fundamentally the same, I miss some of the finer details that this new video puts into light. To begin with, we need to start with the video that you can find by scanning the QR code found in either Johnny Razor's or DanoDraw's newest video. This QR code will lead you to a YouTube video on Dano's channel that shows the process of cloning each YouTuber, and there are quite a few important takeaways that we get from the video. First, we find out that the two YouTubers who were mentioned in the original XI video but haven't uploaded in the past week had some sort of firewall blocking XI from cloning these YouTubers. Also, we find out that Joan Kane was too powerful to clone, and finally we learn that only Riggy was cloned, and that Dano himself wasn't cloned from what we can tell. This information is important for several reasons, as it means that none of these YouTubers have a clone of themselves, and therefore we can trust anything that they are doing. Also, it has heavy implications on the events of tomorrow when Johnny Razor will go live with the quote-unquote fixing his computer stream. However, I'll come back to that later. Another major event that occurred just in the last 24 hours was another Royal Pair stream, which shows Royal Pair and another couple of YouTubers starting to realize that something is happening. Unfortunately, from what we know right now, it's already too late for Royal Pair and Bundun, as both already appeared to have been replaced from what happened in that live stream. This is extremely tragic too, as Royal Pair was extremely close to uncovering the plot to destroy all the YouTubers, but unfortunately was not able to convince Johnny Razor or Dano that this was actually something worth looking into. Also during the live stream, we can hear Riggy faintly in the background, and while I really didn't need to mention his presence here, I did want to bring it up since I still believe that Riggy is the main protagonist of this ARG, and I still think he has the best shot of saving them all. Although, of course, unfortunately for him, Dano seems to believe that Riggy is pranking him, so who knows what will happen next. Also, a very important note is that in the video where they clone Riggy, he's given the alias the Prophecy Destroyer, which is probably a very important piece of knowledge to have, as it highlights one of my theories lower down. One more thing worth noting is that Royal Pair's clone in the live stream says that Johnny is the main target twice, implying that Johnny is almost certainly going to be replaced next if XI successfully manages to take over the stream tomorrow. Finally, let's move on to theories. My theory about what is going to happen is that the stream tomorrow is going to be the point where all the evil forms of each character manifest and try to take over all the channels that they manage to create clones for. Now, I personally think that there are two different directions that this could go. Either the clones actually succeed at taking over the channels and possibly we get another several days with the clones in control and more lore and ARG, or the stream tomorrow is the climax of this ARG and there's a showdown between the evil versions of the YouTubers that got cloned like Johnny Razor and Royal Pair against the YouTubers that weren't cloned. Unfortunately, if the latter option is the case and tomorrow is not the climax of the ARG, then it is unfortunately too early to make any solid predictions about what will happen next. So for right now, I'm going to make a theory with the assumption that tomorrow is the final climax of this ARG. My theory is that I think that during Johnny Razor's stream tomorrow, Johnny is going to get replaced in some form by his clone, and Riggy is going to appear in the stream and somehow bring the other YouTubers into it. While I can't be too certain on details, I imagine that since Dano doesn't have a clone, he'll probably somehow follow Riggy into Johnny's stream, and he will call the other YouTubers who don't have clones to help him remove the cloning effect that XI had on the other YouTubers, and hopefully defeat him and reveal his identity. Please do keep in mind that this is a pretty far-fetched theory at this point in time, so I don't take it too seriously if it turns out to be incorrect. One final thing to mention before wrapping up this video would be the theory about who XI is. I've built a list of a couple of suspects of people that they mentioned and who XI could be. My main suspect is CamN18, as I believe he was brought up during a Royal Pair livestream today and a previous video on Royal Pair's channel about clones. While this could be purely coincidental, I do feel like it was worth mentioning. Also, I have one thing to ask you guys. Who do you think showed up to Royal Pair's house in his live stream? As he said that somebody physically showed up to his live streams warning him about his impending doom. Whoever this is could prove vital to us understanding what is going on. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you tomorrow after the live stream and possibly wrap up all this lore in the ARG.